Friends, today we are joined by Dr. Satya Ranjan Acharya, professor and director हैं EDII Ahmedabad में. You are a National Teachers Awardee 2023. What is the role EDII is playing in entrepreneurship ecosystem?
Process where we want to motivate, ignite the young people to solve the problem of this country.
As a student, I may feel कि यार normal conventional MBA भी कर लेते हैं.
So I'll talk about two different ecosystem which is there in a normal B school versus EDI.
Whatever government schemes are available, I believe there is a incubation center also there in India.
Yeah, we have an incubator which is called Cradle, which is supported by Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, EDII. We are running it.
There's a very beautiful concept of a drop year, which is very popular outside India, where people take break. What is trending right now into startups, or what industry, if you can give me some comments on it?
Big country with a lot many people. The first requirement obviously will be the food.
How is EDI contributing to the government's mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat?
Yeah, products which are manufactured by own people, and that's the way the India was there because
Ecosystem, the entrepreneurship ecosystem, and with the legacy of last 40 years, we are sure that EDI has arrived now, and India has arrived now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Visa.
Dosto, welcome back to EDI Podcast Season 3, where we bring minds that are responsible to shape the future of entrepreneurship education in India. Friends, today we are joined by Dr. Satya Ranjan Acharya. ये प्रोफेसर एंड डायरेक्टर हैं EDII अहमदाबाद में. ही हेड्स द एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट. आज उनसे मिलते हैं और जानते हैं EDI के बारे में. कैसे EDI का कंट्रीब्यूशन है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एजुकेशन को स्ट्रक्चर करने के लिए इंडिया के अंदर, और किस तरह EDI का योगदान रहेगा आपके बच्चों में एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की स्किल्स जनरेट करने में. क्यों आपको अपने किड्स को EDI में भेजना चाहिए. चलिए जानते हैं इनसे. सर, थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग अस योर टाइम.
Thank you.
And coming up for this podcast session.
Thank you.
We are really delighted. Sir, you are a National Teachers Awardee 2023. Because of your contribution into education industry, into entrepreneurship segment, we would like to know how is EDII, taking part into entrepreneurship education. What is the role EDI is playing in entrepreneurship ecosystem?
Okay. Thank you, Vishal. Entrepreneurship education is a process where we want to motivate, ignite the young people to solve the problem of this country.
Okay.
Entrepreneurship is all about looking for problems. I think there are various ways people interpret about entrepreneurship, but my understanding is that there are so many challenges and issues are there as a big country like India, and every challenge is an opportunity for us.
Right.
And how we can motivate our next generation so that they can start thinking to solving those problems, the problems and challenges, and then converting those challenges, those ideas into some powerful business ideas and to business venture over a period of time.
Okay.
If you can do so, then we'll have a direct impact on our economy. As you know that the most of the country which are based on manufacturing, producing or services, their economy is growing faster.
Right.
And we also need to go and contribute in terms of our economic wealth, and that is possible by looking into entrepreneurship as one of the parameters. As you know that currently we are world's one of the very good ecosystem in terms of supporting startups, entrepreneurship in India right now. We are also having a higher number of unicorns and startups which are coming.
Yes.
So there is a whole environment conducive environment is already created, though entrepreneurship is very old to a country like India, but the environment is more conducive right now with the policy support, the amount of mentoring, the incubation support system which is available, the funding which is available. I think it is a time that we can look for ideas, experiment those ideas, and with some ideas maybe converted into powerful business. I think that is the role EDI is currently doing at this this country, and also we are contributing to outside country also by establishing various entrepreneurship center on behalf of Ministry of External Affairs in various countries.
Okay.
So when I'm looking into entrepreneurship, I divide this. There are three different type of business which are there. One as the base of the pyramid, which I called about the livelihood, and at the bottom of the pyramid businesses.
Okay.
Then we have small and medium enterprises, and then we have startup. So all these three segments we are trying to support at this point of time. So by creating social entrepreneurship, where we are trying to contribute to the chunk of the base where the students can think about ideas to support social entrepreneurship, where we can support small and medium enterprises, which are typically family business, which are mostly controlled by the family business across India at various levels from 50 CR to 500 CR. That's the type of revenue, or 5,000 CR. That's the revenue they are generating, and they need the next set of support so that they can grow faster and can expand their business. And then we have tech-enabled startups. So
Okay.
currently at EDI, we want to contribute, or we are contributing, nurturing, supporting all these three layers of business so that India can emerge as one of the hub of manufacturing, services, you name a sector where we can all start doing business and can contribute to the local economy.
Superb. Sir, but then everyone, like as a student who want to pursue an MBA course, has this kind of dilemma whether he should go for a conventional MBA or he should opt for an course in kind of EDI,
Okay.
entrepreneurship management. Now, what is the main difference? Are they different? So, as a student, I may feel कि यार normal conventional MBA भी कर लेते हैं.
Yeah.
So, how they both are different?
Perfect. So I'll talk about two different ecosystem which is there in a normal B school versus EDI. I think
Okay.
first I'll talk about the ecosystem that is there, and then I'll talk about the courses and how is the difference and what is there
Right.
taking place. So if you're looking into a normal B school, you'll find there are so many type of courses are available. Somebody is specializing in marketing, finance, HR, something in IT. I think there are a variety of students are there.
Okay.
If you compare that with EDI, we just offer only one type of program. We are very specialized in terms of supporting entrepreneurship.
Okay.
It is not a one-up program in a basket of program being offered by others, but it's very unique and very specific. So when we are looking to specific, because entrepreneurship require a specific nurturing. So
Okay.
the course content are mostly similar if you look into how marketing, finance, and HR being taught at all the places. Let's say the books can be similar, the way it is being taught is similar, but the difference is how the students are perceiving and how the students are relating to it. Let me give an example. So if I'm looking into market research, which can be, which is part of any curriculum across any B
Right.
schools that you refer,
Right.
so everywhere we're talking about market research, but if we are teaching the same market research at EDI, we'll help students that if for your business idea or your type of family business, how you can do the market research which will be beneficial to you.
Okay.
So if I'm teaching them accounts, the accounts need to help them how he or she can analyze his business
Right.
or his family business, or let's say prospective business what you want to enter, and how this concept can help him in terms of understanding to grow or establish his business. So
Okay.
the most of the concept that we are going to discuss, because the curriculums are all almost 60 to 70% curriculums are similar across all MBA courses. There are 20-30% differences there, but it is all about the treatment, the way it is being taught inside the class that makes a difference. So that's the way we talk about the SME as a case in terms of where they can directly relate to the similar type of a problem, how it happens, and they can learn out of it. Second part in EDI is about the environment. What I mean by the environment is that we'll be having all the students who are interested setting their business or contributing to the business. So the chunk of the students which are there are all interested in setting business. As you know that this program, almost 2,000 odd alumni are there, and more than 80 odd percentage are all into business.
Okay.
So you name a sector, you will find somebody maybe doing a business in that particular sector.
Right.
So it is a very good opportunity for a young student to come and understand that, let's say this is something which is being taught inside the class, and if I need to refer somebody in a particular industry or a particular sector, there is somebody as a alumni who can help him to give him this idea that also I started the business in this area, what the challenge I'm facing, what the opportunity I can see. Third layer I talk about in EDI is about the different entrepreneurs who visit campus, the government officials who visit campus, the lot many foreign dignitaries or foreign students that come to the campus. They come the next layer of support, because once you start interacting with them, you will understand that how the business environment is changing, what are the different areas where the government is trying to contribute, or what are the existing entrepreneurs that they're thinking about that. So that becomes the third layer of interaction. And then so one is your pure learning from the class thing, one from the teachers that you are interacting, once we are alumni that you are interacting, and the fourth is the government policy and other that you are interacting. I think that complete package make EDI courses and the delivery completely different from rest of this MBA program.
Okay.
Where the rest of the MBA program, the focus is more towards placements. In our case, it is more towards that how they can establish their own business, how they can contribute back to their family business. That's the area that we are looking into.
Fine. Sir, but I believe EDII is like 4 decades old now.
Yes.
And startup is a new buzzword, right?
Yes.
It has come up since last 10, 15 years. And so has the course also evolved in itself? Do you upgrade regularly? Have you figured out the grants or funding, the way the pitch has to be made? So all these things are, made into the course?
Very good thing that the course need to be revamped at a very regular basis, because entrepreneurship is a very changing, is a very fluid thing. The way
Right.
the things are changing, because certain business ideas, I think you must be knowing, there is the era of .com when all people are want
Yes.
to come out.
Yes.
Then come this e-commerce or quick commerce. I think the way the market is changing, every ideas that the students want to do the business, that need to emerge over the thing that is happening in the market.
True.
Let's say Gujarat is a hub of, there is a fintech hub is coming. Let's say there's a semiconductor is coming. So whatever the environment is changing, the student need to be informed about those changes so that they can work on those ideas. So in that context, what you have done, obviously we revise the curriculum, but in the first term, we give a very specific course that how you identify opportunities in the market.
Okay.
In the second term, because these are all based on the term trimester basis, that's the way the programs are offered. The whole 2 years program is based at 6 trimester.
Okay.
So in the second trimester, we offer the course called industry verticals. So the student can choose any 2 industries where he try to understand what are the government policy, what are the opportunities. So if you're looking for an idea, that idea need to gel to understand that how the whole bigger environment is operating, what are the government policies, how is the government support is there. So those concepts, they change very fast. Every state government come with various new regulations. So student should know that what are the changes that is happening in the government policies and other sectors, so that they can look into those ideas or look for those opportunities. And then he try to analyze what are the different people who are doing similar business there.
Okay.
So once you have an idea, in the 4th and 5th term, then the students start working on the business idea where they need the whole mentoring. So we have a whole process called creation of detailed project report or 5-year perspective family plan, that if you are from the family business, you want to understand that how you can grow the family business, or you can look into a business idea. And then during this process, we support them with the mentoring. So mentoring is a in-house faculty, industry expert who help the students, and alumni also. They help the student how they can look for opportunities to convert this opportunity into business ideas or business plan or a detailed plan. And then it is required that the student should prepare a document which they can pitch before the investor.
Okay.
The investors are of different type. Let's say we also invite bankers to be here, because some of this idea they require debt funding or working capital funding, and some of this idea they're also looking into equity funding. So depending on the type of requirement of funding, they pitch their ideas before the investor. So that is the way we invite outside investor. In EDI, we are also part of various government initiatives. So we provide a lot many funding support through grant by Government of Gujarat.
Okay.
So we are part of Student Startup Innovation Policy of Government of Gujarat, where we provide grants up to 2 lakh rupees to work on a prototype. Then they can go for the subsequent grant of Srujan from SSIP, where the funding can get up to 10 lakh rupees as a grant. What I'm talking about, a grant where they can experiment with these ideas.
Okay.
EDI also have a project facilitation grant where we fund up to a certain amount so that the student can also start working on the prototyping. So beyond prototyping, there are supports are available for industry department called Nodal Institution Policy of Government of Gujarat, where they can get funding up to 25 lakhs to 35 lakhs. And then we support them the next level of funding through Startup India SID fund, where the funding can be through convertible debentures, and the size can go up to 50 lakhs to 2 CR. So there is a whole funnel, there is a whole basis available. So the student can come, look for what are the different opportunity, take the whole, do a proper market survey, convert this idea to business idea, look how they can convert into ventures and business venture, and then look for funding options whichever is available. So the whole gamut of support is currently available at EDI.
Okay. So that's amazing. It's not only just imparting you the education as well, but then there is a grant funding, whatever government schemes are available. I believe there is a incubation center also there in EDII. Yeah. So can you just quickly brief us about that?
So we have an incubator which is called Cradle. It is supported by Department of Science and Technology, Government of India initially. We are running it. So I have more than 100 odd startups which are associated into various fields.
Oh, wow.
So manufacturing, renewable energy. We are also into the food processing and agriculture. So we have this 4 different core areas where we have startup. But again, there are startup from the other areas also. At any point of time at the campus, we'll have around 25 to 30 odd startup who are working. So this is a added benefit for the students if they are looking to understand that how the type of business the startups are doing, what the type of challenge they're facing, they can interact with them. So that is one setup of incubator we have. We also have shortlisted for this Atal Incubation Center, AIC, that we are doing, but that we will be that the full focus of that particular incubator will be towards social entrepreneurship, where the Cradle will be more about business entrepreneurship, startup ideas, and there we will have social-based startups. So both the type of startups that you want to do, we provide the whole of the incubation support also, and all the students inside the campus they can easily avail the facilities and can support support.
Sir, any idea if you can give me, like how many students would have got the grant or support?
So every year of a batch, around 10 to 15 odd students, they get the grant depending on the business idea, and the size of grant also varies depending on what is the type of funding they're looking into. So once they get the funding, we subsequently help them, as I told you about your Startup India Seed funds or other bank related fund. And then we have our startups, or let's say the students who are from, I think the alumni, they also raise the money in the capital market. Recently, one of our alumni, Binod, they have the company has raised the money in the capital markets also.
Excellent.
So the whole set of funding, from ideation to grants to debt funding to capital market funding, I think all sort of funding support is available at the campus, and depending on what idea that you want to work, that's the support can be provided, can be availed by the student.
Super. Sir, now I would like to have a perspective, look into the course from the perspective of a parent. Parents are a little skeptical, putting in their kids for taking entrepreneurship as a career, right? Vis-a-vis where they have a job and security with a conventional MBA. Then how do you strike, I mean, what would you advise to a student to, how do they strike a balance between that passion as well as they get the security, and what message would you like to give to a parent?
Perfect. I think there is nothing called a security in corporate field also, but again, I don't want to argue on that point here. Entrepreneurship is a thought process. It's not that this is, you can be an entrepreneur in any field, because it's not that I have to create a business to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
I can be a doctor, I can maybe working as a teacher, as a profession, every place I can behave entrepreneurially. So the course at EDI, we try to help people to think entrepreneurially. That's the first part. This is something to do with your thinking process, that I can look into opportunities, I can look for solutions, how I can support. Let me give a very simple example. I think every day you must be traveling across Ahmedabad or other places, or in our household. You may be knowing how much amount of household waste we are creating.
Yes.
So if I ask you what is the solution, what is being the current process? So process that our household waste, we give it to into a particular place in society, and then there is a municipality vehicle is coming, it is going to collect it, and they're going to dump it at some place. And as all of us know that this dumping are creating more environmental hazards. So this thing is known to all of us.
Yes.
So there is a problem. The whole of the municipality waste, when this waste is actually carried by the vehicles across the length and breadth of our Ahmedabad, and then being dumped at a particular place of thing. We know what is the way that is happening.
Right.
How many of us have ever tried to solve it, or thought about that, let's try to solve it? So there, I believe, is an entrepreneurial thought process.
Okay.
Problems are known to all of us. We want to support or try to find out individuals who can think these problems or these challenges are opportunities, and can start looking into what can be done. So one of our students, they thought about what can be done, that it is very difficult to carry all those waste and then try to dump it at one part. So why The solution is simple. The solution is that let's have the household level, the people can segregate between your bio waste and non-bio other waste, and at the colony or at the group level, we can have a small equipment which can convert your food waste into some form of biofertilizers or other.
Yes,
And the
yes.
agri waste and the other waste like paper metals can be collected, and so that automatically the weight that is actually carrying from the household to that of the dumping site, that can be reduced. There are so many ways it can be solved.
Yes, yes.
One of our alumnus is currently doing Nissank, is the company called Dero Green is trying to solve it. So I
Okay.
believe this is about the entrepreneurial thing.
Okay.
And all of us are looking for such thing. The companies, if you are going to work in a setup, the companies are also interested somebody who can looking for newer solution, newer ways how the business can grow. So you can work in any of the field, whether you want to go back to a company and to work, or get an idea that this is the challenge which the company may not be currently solving because they may be busy with that. I can start working on it. So I get lot many people from working background. They must have seen something that is a challenge in the market, and they try to help it out. So it's a choice. So I would say that everybody should be interested for entrepreneurship as a career, but I believe that that should be the best one. All of us should understand that how we can look for opportunity, how we can solve it, and then how we can convert this ideas to business and then start contributing to country. But if they feel that they want to have a secure job, there also they can behave entrepreneurially and can contribute to the growth of the company or the organization wherever they are working.
Okay. But coming back to the question, do entrepreneurs have stability, or what would be the success ratio as an entrepreneur? Can a person, what would you advise a parent whose kid wish to take entrepreneurship as a career path?
Yeah, see, success factor is very difficult to predict something, but somebody is scoring 99% or 100%, you can say is okay in this examination is scoring.
Yeah.
But in entrepreneurship, we don't have that type of a scale to understand that if my business is sustainable, if I'm growing at a 10%, which one you are going to identify as a success. But for me, as an entrepreneur, is successful when he actually thinking about an idea and start making an effort to convert that into a products and services and start offering to the market. If I do this as an, I always consider this to be small experiment. The way we do an experiment in physics and chemistry, I said this is my entrepreneurship experiment. What will happen to this, whether the market is going to accept or reject, that's a different. But the whole process that you'll enter, identifying a problem, looking for a solution, testing the solution of the market, getting the people's feedback, I think that is the whole confidence a person is going to get in this whole journey.
Yes.
Because reading somebody's life story or something is one way of looking into, but going through the whole process, I think that is a completely different learning. If I want to teach somebody how to do an accounts and somebody start preparing his own accounts over the period and understand that how this whole thing is there, the learning will be all different.
Yes.
So I believe entrepreneurship is a process which can help people to learn, whether you are into science, you are into technology, any place. So if you are doing a particular scientific experiment, look into that how the scientific experiment can help the people at a point of time. If I'm into an agriculture, looking for a particular variety or particular thing, that how it can help the farmers. So the point I'll start looking into the application part, I think that is the whole about entrepreneurship is about. So for the parents, you can certainly make an effort. This is a PGDM program which is approved by AICT equivalent to MBA.
Okay.
So if anytime the student feel that I'm not 100% sure that I can start a business right now, I always suggest go and do it. You can always join a company, get some experience, and then maybe 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, you can think about it.
Right.
But when you are trying to join a company, join some organization who may be working on a similar type of products or services of your business ideas. You go to some different field, maybe your experience will be different.
Yeah.
So if job security is an issue, I don't think there is a challenge. There are so many opportunities are available. If somebody is interested to contribute, he can certainly get so much of opportunity. And during this particular working in any organization, at some point of time you feel that you want to experiment with a business idea, I think he can start his journey at that point of time.
Excellent, sir. I believe, as you said, entrepreneurship is a kind of lifestyle, and there is no surety that a person who has a passion of getting into entrepreneurship, and he must be drawing more than 1 CR into some job, but he is not happy at the end of the day, because you are listening to someone, there is some boss, over you, and there's a lot of liberty and freedom which comes in. There's a lot of sense of fulfillment when you are into entrepreneurship. You are solving a problem that exists and that no one solved. So of course, and there's a very beautiful concept of a drop year, which is very popular outside India, where people take break and they do it as a side hustle. They just go and just give it a try, or maybe, as you said, they can go in and work for a certain time period, have a hands-on experience that they want to do it, and once they feel strong about it, they may take it as a entrepreneurship mode. Amazing. Sir, I would also like to know, do EDI provide any scholarships or financial assistance
Yeah.
for a student who has some lack of financial support?
Yes, certainly. We have scholarship for merit cum means basis,
Okay.
which is available in our website,
Right.
www.ediindia.ac.in. That is a whole of the scholarship schemes are available, and these schemes are based on the merit and means. So, if the student is from a background where he cannot, not in a position to pay for the fee, there EDI also support them in terms of providing. And we are also giving fellowship support to the meritorious student who are scoring from a very good background and scoring very good in the EDI academic process also. So in both the cases, we give them the fellowship support, which can go up to 75% of the total fee in a particular year. So that's the way we support.
Okay.
So what we have done, that this fellowship support we have divided into two types. One support is in terms of academics, and one support is in terms of business. So there are the students who may be looking for support to pursue the program, and there will be some student who may be more interested to experiment with an idea.
Okay.
So we also give a what is called project facilitation grant, so that they can start experimenting with an idea, create a prototype, do a bit of validation in the market, and then once they find out that it is okay, there is a market, they can start go for the next process. So we try to provide support for both the things.
Okay. Sir, I would like to know how's the interview process, how's the selection process of for a candidate to get selected into EDII. This is really fascinates me about after knowing the course. So what qualities do you really see in a candidate who is applying for EDII?
So this is an AICT approved program. So
Right.
the basic qualification is a graduation with 50% mark, and then there is a reserve categories where the percentage is at a lesser to 50%. That's as per the Government of India norms that we follow. So once the student, I think this is the graduation requirement, and the second requirement is that the student has to come through any of the 5 accepted tests that they have to appear for CAT, MAT, JAT, ATMA, and CMAT. These
Okay.
are the 5 tests which is accepted as per the AICT norms.
Fine.
And with this combination of both the score of the CAT, MAT, JAT, and the PG, that's your undergraduate score, we allow them to appear for our interview process. So we do a small psychometric test called entrepreneurship aptitude test, and then we conduct the interview. The process of interview is more towards understanding that what is the how the student is thinking about entrepreneurship, what is his interest, how you want to expand his ideas, or how we want to contribute. I think those parameters we try to check it to. Or the student should be interested, either he is from a business background or he is interested setting a business. So I think these are the 2 parameters that we are more keen to understand.
Right. Sir, I would like to know, you are so well connected with this ecosystem of startups. What is trending right now into startups, or what industry, if you can give me some comments on it?
Yeah, I think people experiment with all those different processes, but I have very simple logic about business opportunity and ideation. We have a huge big country with a lot many people. The first requirement obviously will be the food. So you will find a trend about food and food processing, and that's a sector which is certainly growing at a very faster pace. We have huge amount of agriculture waste. We are not at the process to store all those grains or convert this grain to a particular form that can be there. So as the population is increasing, disposable income is increasing, food and related business ideas are certainly going to grow.
Okay.
Deep tech is there, technology applications. Gujarat is going to be a hub of the fintech with our Gift City. We have the semiconductor which is coming out. So that's a sector which is going to be up.
Okay.
Third sector I think about is the entertainment. Lot many things will be there in entertainment, both in terms of platforms where people can get entertainment, because I believe entertainment is certainly going to be there in the market, because all of us are going to be alone at a point of time,
Okay.
and we need a process by which we can entertain ourselves. So that's a sector which I feel is going to grow in the coming. EdTech was a sector which was there, but beyond EdTech, I think these are the 2-3 broader areas that I'm currently looking into, whether I'm getting lot many ideas that I can see the people are working and we try
Okay.
to support.
Okay. Okay. What kind of ideas or startups government wants to, people take up or are interested in funding or giving grants?
No,
Is there
there is
anything
nothing
specific?
very specific,
Okay.
but that has to be local problem. I think, let me give an example. I'm currently working with, let's say, 22,000 odd artisans community in Gujarat.
Okay.
So they are designing products and various things. I am also similarly associated with the food processing sector, some other manufacturing
Okay.
sector. So
Okay.
every sector will find they are producing certain things or creating some services or other. We need young people or startup who can actually have their support these people on marketing. So I
Okay.
can have a lot many people who are manufacturing something or a food product or agri product or any this artisanal product. I need a people who can actually help them to market this.
Okay.
So if uh, the startups are there who are good in terms of digital marketing, understand the quick commerce, and taking this particular product from our people at the grassroots level and then connect to the consumers, if they can help in that, that can be a big thing. There is a huge demand for our product across the world. So how we can increase the product quality, work on improve the packaging to increase the shelf life and work as per the demand in the both for non-resident Indians and for the international market. So if we can look into all those sectors, I think there is a huge amount of opportunities out there.
Okay. Okay.
So when somebody is actually looking for a startup idea, the first step is to looking is the problem that we try to solve.
Right.
And the problem should be big enough as the problem that we are trying to solve. If you just try to solve a problem which is having an impact to 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, it is very difficult to create a business, because every time you'll be looking for those 10 people who can support you. Startup idea should be an idea which is going to solve a problem where all of us are facing a similar issue.
Right.
Maybe in India, maybe in Africa, maybe any other country, so that we can expand at a faster pace. They can solve the problem at a faster pace. I think those are the ideas that is certainly going to impact in the future.
Great. Sir, I would like to listen inspiring story. If you can point out an alumnus from EDII, something which is really inspiring and motivating.
Perfect. So recently I was interacting with one of the startup. It was into autonomous vehicle that is used in the defense thing.
Okay.
So I was really astonished by somebody who is supplying to DRDO, to others, somebody who is supplying to the rovers that is currently at the moon. So I have
amazing.
we are the companies who are the startups, or let's say entrepreneurs passing out from EDI is working on those tech-enabled sectors.
Okay.
Similarly, we have students who have created microfinance companies and distributing money to the microfinance based at Delhi or many other places. Sikhar Microfinance is a company who I was just recently interacting. So we are into microfinance sector. We are into manufacturing sectors.
Excellent.
We are in all the students are into exports. They are trying out various newer products and features. I think if you name it, at every possible sectors, from manufacturing to services to automobiles, I think every sector will find some of student from media is contributing, and we are right now trying to identify that what percentage of GDP we are contributing by this our students and alumni. I think that's why we should look into the success of the program.
Superb. Sir, coming to the last question, how is EDI contributing to the government's mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat?
Yeah, I think Atmanirbhar Bharat is a concept that all of us should understand how much is the meaning of it.
Right.
We use lot many products on a very regular basis, and these products again we never thought about that, where the products are coming, why we are using. We never bothered about, because the product is available to me at a better price, or which is more affordable, or let's say easier available. But if you start looking into that, we will start buying only from our own community, own people.
Right.
products which are manufactured by own people, and that's the way the India was there, because we are at point of time was completely Atmanirbhar. We were producing all those things that we are consuming at that time, and then we are passing on the success thing to outside world. But right now, lot many products which are there are coming to India for variety of reasons. Maybe somewhere we call it economies of scale, somewhere we call this to be a better technology. I believe all of us are, all our students or our community or the people who are into business, we are all highly equipped with the understanding, the knowledge, technology, whatever is required. The only thing is required is that let's start producing those things and services here in India, and then we'll start giving it to the outside world. Uh, the recent whole example, what happened to this, I don't want to quote about the India-Pakistan thing. Uh, we all talked about the indigenous technology which was used, and how we
Yes.
try to create a more superior control on this process of the technology that we have.
Yes.
So I believe that technology, that understanding, that knowledge is everywhere. We
Okay.
need to channelize in a manner, channelize and support people. So certainly we can be a manufacturing base, what we call China plus one, what we talk about one of the best manufacturing place, and start producing quality products and services so that we can solve our local problem and can become a global player in the global market.
Superb, sir. And I feel there is no better time than starting a startup than now.
Yeah.
The time has come for India.
So this is the time, this is the best time.
This is the best time.
We are a young country. Lot many people are young people are there who have the energy, who have the passion, who understand technology, who understand everything, and with a whole flow of knowledge and this unicorns, the leaders, the whole environment is there. I think this is the best time to think about all
Yes, yes. Sir, so the last closing message for the audience.
Okay, closing message. Let's take entrepreneurship as a process. There is a passion that people talk about, but I believe discipline is more bigger than the passion.
Okay.
Let's be more disciplined in our life. Let's look for opportunities and try to solve it. And the process are simple. We just have to follow a method in terms of how I can solve those things. Experiment. I may get the market may not accept me, the product may not be good, but I'll again go and try out for the second time, third time, fourth time. I think that is all about the commitment and the discipline.
Persistence.
The point persistence I have, I think the learning that I'm going to get out of it, I think that is the best thing that can happen to all of us.
Yes. And that is one quality that EDII inculcates in you.
I think
right from the
I don't
semester
believe there
one.
is something called failure. I call this to be experiment, that every time you experiment, you get an insight, and that insight will help you to create more experiment and create a better product or solution for the market.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your time. It was really insightful. You shared a lot of information, lot of facts, and lot of wisdom, which is going to be helpful to our listeners, to the audience. There has been clarity about entrepreneurship education, how EDI is contributing to the ecosystem, the entrepreneurship ecosystem. And with the legacy of last 40 years, we are sure that EDI has arrived now and India has arrived now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Visa.